Hi, my name is Ainslie and I work as a counsellor for Bright Light Relationship Counselling. Like everyone, we've had to adapt how we work to maintain the physical and workplace restrictions that have come into effect to protect us all from the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the ways that we've done that is to offer all our counselling services remotely. And whether you've done counselling before or you haven't before and you're considering whether this is something you'd like to get involved in, I've got a few considerations for you just to keep in mind. One of the beneficial aspects of counselling is having a private place and time in which to talk about whatever it is you need to talk about. Therefore, when entering into remote counselling, one of the considerations you might have to have is whether where you're having the counselling session is sufficiently private and free of interruption for you. This might mean that you need to let other people in your household that you do not wish to be interrupted during this time, or it might mean that you have to be creative about where you have your counselling sessions. We've had people who have gone and sat in their car while they've had their sessions, been on a walk while they've had their sessions, but basically to ensure you get the most out of it, it's best to ensure that you are comfortable enough wherever you're having your session to be able to talk about what you need to talk about freely. Video call counselling, whereby you can both see and hear your counsellor, is delivered by Bright Light via Zoom. Zoom is a platform that's become increasingly popular during the lockdown period and has been deemed sufficiently secure and reliable by professional bodies such as the BACP to be used for counselling work. It's also relatively user-friendly. However, if you've not tried Zoom before, if you're going to have a session through it, it might be worth having a few test meetings with friends or family before you do so. Also, if the idea of video call counselling does not appeal, we also have counsellors who are willing to offer telephone counselling. In addition to the platforms being used, it might be worth familiarising yourself with your device to ensure that it works and also to check any connectivity issues. It might also be worth letting other people in your household know not to engage in activity use which is data heavy, such as downloading, streaming, or playing video games online. It's also worth ensuring that your device is either plugged in or fully charged before your session. One final consideration is the transition into the counselling session and out of the counselling session. While the free time that's saved not having to travel to face-to-face sessions might be welcome, it does mean that the routine has to be formed in another way. Therefore, it's worth considering what you might need to do to prepare yourself before a session to ensure that you get the most out of it. This might mean just taking some time for yourself before the session, not rushing in from one thing to another if it can be avoided, or if there's anything in particular you might need to write down to make sure that the session remains on focus. The same applies when exiting the session. Counselling involves talking about how we feel, and thus it can often evoke quite strong emotional reactions. So therefore, it will be worth considering how you make that transition from the counselling space back into your everyday life. Again, this might just involve taking some time for yourself, maybe doing some breathing exercises, or maybe going into an activity that you find particularly enjoyable or relaxing. I hope you found these considerations useful in helping you know whether remote counselling might be right for you. If you'd like any further information, you can visit our website at bright-light.org.uk, where we have further information such as other videos and blogs, and where you'll find our contact information. Stay safe and all the best.